and welcome to Football on 5. There was the promise of quite a few promotion parties down on the south coast at the start of today. We'll tell you where the champagne corks are popping over the course of the next 90 minutes.
And joining us tonight, our very own Champagne Charlies, Alan Curbishley and Mickey Gray. Welcome to both of you, and here's what's coming up.
After 34 years outside English football's top flight, could Brighton claim a place in the Premier League? A win against Wigan would take them tantalisingly close.
Newcastle have looked promotion certainties all season. They surely can't blow it now. We'll see how they got on at Ipswich.
That's not a bad ball! Nodded wide by Matt Ritchie.
And it's Zola and out. Gianfranco's disastrous reign at St Andrews is over, but could Birmingham follow him out of the Championship exit door?
We start in the Sky Bet Championship with Brighton on the brink of promotion. Today they face relegation strugglers Wigan at the Amex.
A win for Chris Hughton's side would take them to 92 points, and with their superior goal difference, leave them virtually uncatchable by Huddersfield, who kicked off a couple of hours later. It promised, therefore, to be quite an afternoon down on the Sussex coast.
So near and yet so far last season, Brighton were looking to lay their beach towel on a top-flight sun lounger for the first time in over 30 years. And Glenn Murray soothed any nerves with another clinical finish, his 22nd of an outstanding season. Indeed, he thought he'd made it 23 shortly after, but the outswinger had already travelled out, according to the referee's assistant and official party pooper. No matter, though, as the home side continued to surge through the gears. If only they could find another finish. Jakob Haugaard handing a chance to Toma Hemed, but Jake Buxton made sure he couldn't take it. The Amex needed another goal to feel secure, and it came almost inevitably thanks to the silky skills of Championship Player of the Year Anthony Knockaert. He teased and tormented Wigan before Solly March made the most of his good fortune. And Brighton would need it too, because the visitors were determined to take something back to Lancashire to help their relegation struggle. Nick Powell's 11-minute hat-trick had saved the day against Barnsley, and the super sub was added again. If only he could play for 90 minutes. It meant a nervous final 5 minutes for the home side, but they hung on for the party to start, in principle at least.
It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day at this moment for this football club, and we didn't want any supporters to run onto the pitch afterwards, but I think that was too difficult a task for too many of them that have waited far too long for this moment. So, as I said, it's a little bit difficult because we haven't achieved it mathematically yet, but this group of players absolutely deserves it.
So that was Brighton doing their bit. That was Chris Hughton speaking around about 5 o'clock. Great scenes at the Amex as well. Brighton had done their part. They were up, barring something pretty miraculous, and they were determined to enjoy that moment as well. We'll reflect on all things Brighton in just a few minutes' time.
Yeah, but their promotion would be confirmed officially if Huddersfield then failed to win at Derby in the evening kickoff. Commentary comes from John Goodman and Daniel Mann.
Here's Joe Lolly trying to get away from Will Hughes. And that's a useful ball to Craney. Oh, and the touch from Quanner. Well, Derby perhaps wondering whether the flag might come, but Colin Quanner is there again, and suddenly the goals are really flowing for the big man.
Like they say, give the striker the benefit of the doubt when it comes to offside. Very, very tight, but certainly the flag could very, very easily have gone up, couldn't it?
Vitra's free. Oh, and Bent is there, but he is offside.
It's a wonderful delivery from out wide. Gets away from his marker, Vidra, and you can see Bent is clearly offside.
Christie. Away by Joe Lolly. Olsen. Anya. It's opened up for the shot. Oh, and some real work for Ward to do.
Well, it's been a long time coming, hasn't it? And that's better from the home team. Draws a fine save from Danny Ward.
we are only a few minutes away potentially from a first this season. Goal for Huddersfield Town, their only attempt on goal in the game. No team has won this season in this division with a single attempt. It probably is not a great surprise, that statistic. And yeah. Alex Pearce, now Richard Keogh. Well, can they give the home supporters something to cheer here? It's been a pretty anemic performance so far, but away by Hefele. Butterfield, deflection, goal! It's the former Huddersfield man against the Terriers with a goal that will spark celebrations on the south coast, because it could well be the one that confirms Brighton's promotion to the top flight.
And it falls for Butterfield, he smashes it, it gets the aid of a deflection. And look what it means to Gary Rowan. They haven't been good, they probably don't deserve a point, but they may get one.
This is the situation. Huddersfield would no longer be able to catch Brighton with only 12 points available from those final 4 games. Well, Brighton are promoted to the Premier League. They will play top-flight football for the first time since 1983. Colin Quanner had given Huddersfield the lead. They'd sat back. It's a dangerous game to play, and Jacob Butterfield's deflected shot ensured that they will travel back north with only 1 point, and there is still a bit of a fight merely to secure a playoff place. It finishes here at Pride Park, with Brighton celebrating. Derby County 1, Huddersfield Town 1.
Boy, were they celebrating. This was just after full-time was confirmed at Derby. Chris Hughton and his staff and his players in various parts of the Amex Stadium been watching that with interest. And out he goes to thank the fans, celebrate with the fans and enjoy the moment. A terrific achievement, confirmed Brighton up into the Premier League. And this was Chris Hughton speaking to us shortly after that.
We've had a lot of draws last year, which is good for team spirit, team morale, continuity, but when you see the teams that are not in the top 6, it shows you how difficult this league is.
You've had some experience of this before. What feels different this time, this promotion?
I think what feels different is this is a club that have never been in the Premier League, and I know the history of this club, which is a wonderful history. This is a history that nearly saw this club going out of business. A local man that invested very heavily in this club, and as we all know, in ownership, it can go one way or the other. And he very much done it because he had a belief in the area, the support base that we had. But of course, what he needed was a team that could win enough football matches. And at this moment, he's got that. We'll have to start the hard work now, and certainly there will be more tougher days next season than there were this season. But we've got to make sure that we start next season in the best shape that we can be in.
Huge congratulations to Chris and to everyone at Brighton for that achievement. Alan Curbishley, one of your former clubs, of course. Give us a bit of context about the scale of this achievement.
Well, I think when you consider what happened to him last year, you know, falling out in the last moments, really, and you know, Chrissy, I think, has done such a wonderful job. He had to galvanise that squad again in the summer for another push for promotion. But I think he mentioned it there. The club, you know, when they left the Goldstone, they ground shared with Gillingham. They then went to Withdean, in administration, everything else that has gone on there. So it's a fantastic achievement to find themselves now in the Premier League.
And going up now, Mickey, having it confirmed now, means they've got an extra month of preparation for next season.
Yeah, and they're going to have to start preparing. Chris said there he's going to have more difficult days than he's probably had this season, so good luck before they've even got into the Premier League. But I'm thrilled to pieces for Brighton, because you know, I'm a big fan of Chris Hughton. I've mentioned that a few times on this show, and I think his players fully deserve it. Knockart, really looking forward to seeing how he proves himself in the Premier League. I hope he does it. He's certainly got the ability to do that. They need to strengthen. I know we shouldn't really be saying that now. The players want to go and enjoy themselves, but that's what's in front of Chris. He needs to start strengthening for next season.
We've talked a bit this season about bad owners as well. What about Tony Bloom and how much credit goes to him and the importance of a good owner?
Yeah. Well, when I played there, his uncle was on the board, Ray Bloom, and so obviously they're Brighton through and through, the family, and when he took the club on,
They've got
you know,
good judgment then if
absolutely.
you were involved.
Yeah. But when he took the club on, you know, his vision for the football club was to one day get in the Premier League, and you know, he built the training ground. It's a state-of-the-art training ground. The stadium's magnificent. He's funded all that, Tony Bloom, and you know what he must be feeling so fantastic now.
How good is that to be in the middle of that now?
Yeah. And especially what happened to him last year, George, as I said, there was odds on to go up last year, and it all went wrong, didn't it, near the end? And as I say, for Chrissy and everybody connected with the club to galvanise themselves again for this promotion has been a fantastic achievement. But I'll go what Mickey was saying about next season. He's already got one eye on it. He knows he was in with a shout of going up. He's been thinking about this for some time. But the thing about going up, you can't be too loyal. He's really got to make some big decisions, Chrissy. And I'm sure the board are going to back him. But the hard work starts now. They can enjoy tonight and the next couple of days, but he's got one eye on recruitment in the summer because that's going to be vital.
Such a great achievement, so well deserved as well. And that leaves just one team now then for Huddersfield to chase down.
So here's what it all means. Burton were the big winners at the bottom. They moved 4 points clear of the relegation zone with that win at Birmingham. Blackburn's draw leaves them a point from safety.
Congratulations then to Chris Hughton's Brighton, promoted after a 34-year absence from the top tier. Newcastle lost but are still 6 clear of third place Reading. Leeds drop out of the playoff places for the first time in 5 months.